Liverpool FC is hard as hell. United, Tottenham, Arsenal. Watch my lips and I will spell. Cause they don't just play but they can rap as well.
Okay, welcome to another episode of the Anfield South podcast. It's me, your boy Slim, as always, forever present. Today we got a couple new faces in the building, boy. Do you know what I mean? And a couple returning faces. Boys, introduce yourself.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? My name's Greg.
Scared on everybody. Shawn here.
JR back again.
And Waz has returned.
Yes. Welcome to Greg, everybody. Welcome, Greg, man. You know what I'm saying? You took your time getting down there, bro. You know what I
I'm
mean?
a busy man, you get me?
Yeah, hard to pin down,
yeah, man.
Yeah, but you saw the smoke coming off of Anfield South, and you said, I gotta get involved.
Had to bless it.
Yeah, no. Respect for coming down. All right, let's jump straight in, boys, because quite a fair bit to cover. Last game we did on the podcast was obviously the Man United game. Since then, we've played Watford, Everton, and most recently, Bayern Munich as well, and Burnley most recently today. So let's quickly start off at the Watford game. To refresh everyone's memory, including my own, I'll go through the lineup. It was obviously Alisson in goal, Alexander-Arnold, Van Dijk, Matip, Robertson, Fabinho, Milner, Wijnaldum, Mane, Salah, and Origi. So that lineup, obviously Firmino, we call him Firms in the group, was out from the Man United game. So obviously Origi stepped in. The score was 5-0, which wasn't too displeasing on the eye. Anyone want to say anything about that game?
Well, I'll jump in. It was a good rebound off the Man United game. It was methodical and it was thorough. We scored the goals and we basically did what we needed to do, really and truthfully.
Would you say what you expect to do against Watford at home?
It's not necessarily an expectation, especially at home. It was what was needed after the kind of disappointment of the Man United game.
Yeah.
We needed to just show up, score the goals, settle the crowd, settle the fans, and it was. And I think that's why it doesn't stick in the memory too much, because we literally did what we had to do and what we expected in a way.
I'd say we rolled them over nicely. Some good goals. It's funny actually, because in the group, somebody asked a question: does Van Dijk need to do more?
That same day, right?
Yeah, that same day.
I remember.
That same day.
I remember that.
Yeah, we said in the podcast before about our defenders don't score enough goals.
Exactly.
Set pieces and stuff like that.
So you had all assists for 5 goals came from the fullbacks, and then obviously you had Van Dijk step up and score 2 goals, which was nice to see.
More of that.
Yeah.
More of that, man. Definitely more of that.
My dream team was nice that day.
I second that one. Yeah. So it was good to get back to winning ways, but I'm not going to dwell too much on that game. Do you know what I mean? Because it is what it is, isn't it? 5-0, good goals, good performance.
But Origi got a good goal as well.
Yeah. And shout out to James, talking about Trent. And it showed, like I was saying in the Man United game, the delivery was awful from Milner at right back. And I feel like if we had Trent in there, the delivery, he would have hit one on the money, you know what I mean? And straight away, as soon as he came back in against Watford, it wasn't even an assist. There was about 3 or 4 balls he got. He was just straight into the attackers. And it really helped our game, our pressing game. I felt that our pressing game in that game was back to what it was like previous seasons. But it just needs to be more regular, and I feel that his balls were fizzing into the front 3, and that's how they thrive when they get balls early.
Yes.
That's what has been lacking recently in the games that we're probably going to cover very, very soon.
Definitely. I think that was Trent's little message to Klopp saying, if you leave me out, this is what you're missing. And
trust me.
Well, he's a local boy, so missing out on the Man United game would have hurt
him.
Yeah, he played like it did, to be fair.
Yeah.
Fire in his boots.
Okay, so obviously we win that game. With that game, we go. Where did we go in the league? We were still second in the league, but obviously we had the Merseyside derby up next, and if we win that game, we'd have gone back to the top of the table. Mm-hmm. But obviously, as everybody knows, the score was 0-0. Somebody just tell me what was missing in that game. How did we not score in that game?
Do you want to run through the lineup for that?
Do you want to?
That might give it away.
Let's just have a little look see at the lineup. Hold on a second. We started off with the back 4 because obviously Matip, Van Dijk, Trent came back in, and Robertson. The midfield was Fabinho, Wijnaldum, and Henderson, and then we had Mane, Salah, and Origi.
I think you're trying to. What are you pointing to, Greg? That midfield? Is that what you're saying to me?
You know what? It was it was a disappointment for me personally, because we know, irrespective of a derby, we know it's a derby game, but really and truthfully, we shouldn't have been approaching it as, oh, it's a derby game, so change our tactics and change our everything about it. We should have attacked it like it was another game, really and truthfully. And yes, the midfield is, as we know, is a massive problem for us.
But don't you think, each game warrants its own... Let me put this correctly. You have to analyse each team and each game for who you're playing. So obviously Klopp's
very true,
team selection comes with the analysis of that team.
If you start to analyse for that game, look at Everton. Everton have got a terrible record this season, and you know they can see goals. We never really pressed them to put them under pressure, you know, and that's what was disappointing for me. We never got at them. We never, at any point, I don't remember any point in that game where we actually put it on them and said, okay, we want to see what you're bringing in it.
No.
So
it was just playing at arm's length. We didn't go in. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of caution, I thought, in that game. I do feel like the nerves did play a part, especially in the second half. A lot of players were just misplacing passes, kicking it off. I think Milner did it about twice in about 30 seconds. And you could have seen the whole team just like, everyone's taking an extra touch in front of goal when they've got... Normally they'll just, have lit the shot off earlier, probably score, i.e. Salah, first half. Too much touch. Keeper saves it, the angles, it was poor. Fabinho's chance. Too much touch. Everyone's taking an extra touch. I think the nerves definitely played a part.
That's what I was going to say. Those extra touches, would they be... because of everyone wanting to make sure because of what's at stake, Shawn?
Well, yeah, possibly, but at the same time, I mean, again, like Greg said, Everton, I mean, let's be honest, they're a poor team. I mean, you look at the result that just went by this weekend where they lost 3-2 to Newcastle.
They were 2-0 up.
They constantly concede. So like Greg said, just go at them. Don't always, overanalyze too much and try and play it safe. That midfield, for example, where's the creativity? Where's the goals?
Zero.
What has Shaqiri done not to get a game?
And that's what I wanted to mention.
Even someone like Keita, for example. I mean, I'm not hiring him at the moment, but play him. You can't be no worse than the likes of Wijnaldum and Henderson and even James Milner. So I just feel like going with the whole safe approach, and I just thought go for the game.
So we feel like Klopp's approach to the game was a bit safe, but what I want to ask you, Warren, is Klopp did Klopp put the shackles on the players in that game, or are the players playing within themselves?
That's a hard one, but I think it's kind of both, because no one didn't really go the extra mile compared to other games. Everyone, well, from my memory anyway, which not really saying that much, I remember that game was Salah going through on two opportunities. One Pickford saved, the other he fired wide. I don't recall anyone else having a shot in that game. Everyone played literally to themselves. I don't recall anyone.
Safe. Everyone played safe.
Yeah, safe.
Everyone played safe.
No one wasn't running the extra mile. No one wasn't trying to galvanise the team. They're just going through the motions. It's like watching Sunday League football, which is no disrespect to Sunday League football.
It is, bro.
But but it was dire. I mean, geez, I was reaching for the bottle. And I thought this is only 40 minutes into it.
Yeah, just to add on to to that question which you asked, Warren, is I think, especially in that game, we know how Klopp is. Klopp is a very reactive person, a very kind of bubbly character in a way.
Yeah.
And I think, especially in the last few games, his nervousness is transferred onto the team.
Yeah,
fully agree.
And it's coming out on the pitch, and you can see it. And it's not healthy and it's not good. So.
But I think, sorry to cut you, I think, you're talking about Everton, our poor team. They are a poor team, but we're at a stage now, Liverpool, where everyone ups their game for us. I speak to a lot of Man United fans. I'm friends with a lot of Man United fans, and they say now you're feeling what we feel like all the years back. When everyone would always up their game. Everyone would turn into Spartans. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Everyone, and we do it when Man United used to come to Anfield. We'd up our game when we was not so good.
We weren't so hot.
We weren't so hot, but we would play like. We play like Spartans and be like, wow, why can't we do this every week? And then we'll go and lose next week to West Brom away or something like that. Yeah. So we've got to kind of expect that now. Everywhere we go, everyone wants to beat us.
But you know what?
We got to expect that.
Just to latch onto that quickly. Yeah. I agree with you, but then I disagree at the same time. And I was saying it the other day, and I'm still a little bit aggrieved with it. Bournemouth, Bournemouth, when we went to Bournemouth, they came out like they could actually do something to us. Obviously, we slapped them. What was it, 4 or 5-0? I can't remember exactly. But then Man City rolled into town and they literally parked every car in Bournemouth.
Because they've earned that respect. We haven't.
Okay,
though.
I feel that slightly disrespectful because like the amount of goals we've scored and the way we played last season and this season, I feel we deserve that respect, and I was a little bit aggrieved by that. But that's just
I think now the last 10 games you're talking about when we played Bournemouth, it was earlier on in the season. Now I'm talking about this part of the season. Everyone's gonna go their utmost to make turn us to Spartans. Everton, so all the teams are gonna be on it. The only team I think that will probably help us out is Newcastle away. Rafa will probably put out the reserves. You know,
it's true.
Like he did when he came to Anfield. Certain man was like, "Oh, why is Rondon not playing?" Like, so I was thinking,
Agent Rafa, always on the case.
Definitely.
But okay, so we didn't play our best football. Let's say we didn't really agree with the team selection. But let's have it right. Is a point away at our rivals a bad result?
In the grand scale of things, no. But with Liverpool, we should be going for all 3 points.
Yeah, especially at this point of the season where we need the points.
You want to be known as a championship winning team or a nearly winning team. That's the realism.
And I think a big telling part of this is you look at the Man City game. You knew first half, it was 0-0, but you knew second half they were going to come out.
We say Man City, Watford, or
Man City. Who did they spec this weekend?
Watford.
Yeah, there you go. I don't even remember who it is because at the end of the day, it could be anyone. They're gonna turn up. It was 0-0 first half. Second half, they've come out and they're gonna go for them. We don't. At the same time, we don't have that experience because we don't have the players who have been there and done that. But we don't have that air around us.
That air of arrogance.
Yeah. To
that
go
always
and say,
know
listen,
we're going to score.
We're Liverpool. Let's go out there and get at them. You know what I mean? And it's very telling in the last few games.
I think one of the things as well is that substitution comes second half. You take off Mane and you bring on Lallana.
Yeah, that upset a lot of people.
You're trying to win a game and no disrespect.
Man.
You're bringing on Lallana. I mean, not like what's he done this season? He's been.
But let's be fair to Lallana. Yeah, let's be fair to Lallana. He hasn't had a lot of football this season, and it's not his decision to put himself on the pitch.
Of course.
So I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying with Lallana. You don't expect, basically what you're saying to me, you don't expect to see Lallana come on for Mane.
For Mane, yeah, 100%.
So and I agree with you. But that leads me on nicely to Klopp's substitutions this season. They've left a lot of questions to be asked.
Like the certain players from like the running waiting now, because they can't come off regardless how poor they're playing. I think the Man United game, Salah was awful. I know Paul was saying he should have came off. I kind of agreed with it, but from now on, I don't think any of our certified backbone players are coming off, or anything should be changing. So to take Mane off, I was saying it in the last podcast, I think some of his subs, it's like he just flicks a coin and thinks, who can I put on today? Hopefully he will do something like Sturridge at Man United. I was like, yeah, exactly. Bruv, what's going on here?
You know what smashes it with that as well. So that week he did Sturridge, and then next week he's Origi. And you're like,
it is literally like
it's not consistent.
Yeah, it's like what? I don't get it. I don't see it. And everyone else is asking the same question. So
and the team's done that for creativity, and our most two creative players that haven't even come on.
Yeah,
Shaqiri and Shaqiri thing's bothering me, to be perfectly honest. And we know how good he is. Then why not? He's starting. There's got to be something there.
I get taking him out for 2 or 3 games, but it's been about 6 weeks now.
What's the last time he started? Because I can't even remember.
I saw a stat. Apparently, this year he's played just over 200 minutes of football. Yeah.
Wow.
That is really
crazy.
That's
especially when you see the quality that he's got.
But if you're Shaqiri and you've come from a poor Stoke side, and you're now in this thriving Liverpool side with Jurgen Klopp at the helm, are you not still happy to be a bit part player, or are you upset?
Well, you got to remember his background. Forget about Stoke. Look at
he came from Bayern.
He's a big game player.
Basel to Bayern Munich, Inter.
He went
Inter as well. You know, so really and truthfully, Stoke was just always a pit stop, isn't it? It was literally,
Who will take me?
Yeah.
That is a deep pit stop, boy. Stoke, jeez.
But we know the guy's got a brilliant free kick on him. He's got pace, everything actually that we need. But yet, you're looking to play Hendo in that position for a game against Everton?
I think it's a change of formation though as well, because we're not playing the 4-2-3-1. It's 4-3-3. Where you're gonna kind of He don't. I think he suits the 4-2-3-1 better than the 4-3-3.
Probably.
Yeah,
Definitely
I would
the
agree with that,
4-2-3-1. But then I feel personally, if you're going to play a 4-3-3 and you want to fit Shaqiri in, you just put him in the midfield.
Yeah.
You put him in. If you got him, Fabinho and Wijnaldum, then you say to Fabinho and Wijnaldum, you guys stay behind the play. So you've got basically two holders, and then you let him go and do what he does.
Perfect example that was done today for Lallana. So
And
and
play
this
too.
kind of leads back to what we were saying about Klopp, like with the decision making and the substitutions. It's it's very up and down. And it doesn't...
Bipolar, bro.
Yeah.
It don't make sense.
But also, massive shout out to Fabinho as well, because now he's become like Mr. Number One reliable.
Yeah.
You can't drop him.
But we knew that was going to happen, though.
Yeah,
Because we did.
yeah,
What
yeah.
did we have there?
Yeah. we always knew that knew that was going to happen. Okay, so obviously after the Everton game being 0-0, I think that hands the impetus to City, and City go top of the table by 1 point. So we've turned from the leaders into the chasers. And I asked a question on our Instagram account, which is Anfield_South1, in case those people didn't know.
Go on, say it again.
Talk it up.
Anfield_South1, yeah. Are we better leaders or are we better chasers? And I think it came back. I can't remember the exact results, but it came back we're better chasers. So maybe going a point behind City suits us. So obviously today we go into the Burnley game. Well, City played Watford. Everyone was hoping for a miracle. And first half it looked like Watford were going to do something. It was 0-0.
Did you hear the lineup? 7 changes.
You know?
But you know what? They made 7 changes. I don't want to. But they made 7 changes. But the first 45 minutes, those 7 changes were justified. They
Slim.
defended like soldiers.
Slim, I was driving in the car, right, and I heard the lineup said 7 changes. They said they're playing the reserve right back, reserve left back, second choice both centre backs. I was like, oh,
That
man.
was the thing. I looked at their team
Yeah.
and I was like, who are some of these people?
Yeah.
And then once I saw success and
Failure, his name
thing
should
up
be,
front,
bro.
great. I
Isaac
was
Failure.
like, you know what? Like, what are they doing? The FA Cup game's in a week time.
They're taking liberties.
Not even in
and
the week.
that's what I'm saying. People are lying down. Like, why are they lying down for them? You didn't play the
Yeah.
team against us.
Yeah.
He's
But
like,
you know, if you go back to that ridiculous thing that was trending on Twitter, anyone apart from Liverpool,
Yeah.
everyone's against us, and I don't know why, and it irritates me.
But anyway,
yeah.
like I said, first 45 minutes I thought, or maybe, but obviously it fell apart. City beat them 3-0. So
get
obviously
a bit luck, though.
we go into the Burnley game today, 4 points behind Man City, but obviously we win today 4-2. Great performance, great display. Does anyone want to remember the lineup, or can you remember the lineup?
well, I was out. So
Well,
it was-
I missed the first
think
The
I
back
got-
four,
yeah.
the back four was the usual with Trent
Yeah.
and Robertson,
Yeah,
Matip
goalkeeper
and
back
Van
four as
Dijk.
usual.
Then your midfield was
Fabinho,
Wijnaldum
Wijnaldum
and
and
Lallana,
Lallana.
and then obviously Firmino, the front
Yeah.
three.
Front three.
Yeah. So we were all surprised to see Lallana on the team sheet, and I sensed a lot of negativity in the group. Yeah, I sensed a lot of negativity because I was out playing. Yeah, that's right. I was out like training my kids their Sunday game, and I looked in the group. I said, "What is this before a game?" But anyway, the game starts. Turns out putting Lallana in was an inspired move from Jurgen Klopp, because personally I feel he was man of the match.
Yeah.
Anyone else disagree with that?
No,
No.
he played well.
He played well still.
Yeah, he played
Credit where
well.
credit's due.
Yeah.
Maybe part of his farewell tour or something.
No,
but
we got our 10 Cruyff turns though.
Now the reason why I say that, the reason why I say about Lallana is because when obviously not privy to training, so clearly there's things happening in training with certain players that we might not like or want to see in our team that are causing Klopp to put them in the starting lineup. So do you think that we should be a bit more patient now with who Klopp puts in the lineup?
No.
Whoa! Didn't even let me finish my sentence.
Not at this stage of the season.
Yeah.
There's 8 games to go. We need results. So if you're coming to the team, you have to perform.
We got a result today.
To be fair, well, I haven't finished. to be fair, Lallana, man of the match, he performed. So you can't really argue with that.
Yeah.
So if you're coming in, obviously there's a name on the list that we don't like. We're going to be like, oh, come on, man. But you have to perform. You know what I'm saying? If you perform, can't really say nothing. So
Yeah,
long may it continue.
That's what I mean. So don't you feel as fans we need to give these players who we dislike or fringe players the benefit of the doubt once you see their name on the team sheet and let them do their thing?
right, I
Go on,
I'm cool with what you're saying, but there's just that one player. If I see his name, there is no hope. Yeah,
Go on, who's that, bro?
I'm gonna say it. I'm
Say
gonna
it really slow.
I'm gonna say it real slow.
Go on.
Daniel Sturridge.
Damn.
Yeah,
No,
Waz has got a personal thing with Old Yellow, as he likes to call him. Do you know what I mean? But some would say he's still got the class from the bench, you know, that odd 10, 15 minutes at the end of the game, he's still got the class.
But again,
What, for
his
the
body will
pass?
just let him down, innit?
Yeah.
You know that physically he can't do certain things.
He did that shot again today. Did anyone see it?
Oh,
yeah.
Did anyone see it?
Yeah,
There's the
of course
same
I
one
saw
again
that.
against Man
It was just-
United.
Yeah, it's
He
the
came
same
on
thing.
again,
Come
got
on.
and just went to shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forget
To be
all
fair-
you lot. I'm just gonna shoot. Oh, it dribble across the
A
floor.
fair play. He did
Wow.
it against Chelsea, but that's a once in a lifetime moment. Yeah, and I've said it again. He will never do that again. The way he was hitting shots, he was like he was playing European club soccer, free shreddy root rule, and just shooting from anywhere. Cut that out now, man. It's done. Retire.
Well,
Yeah?
to be fair, guys, if you're listening and you're not part of the Anfield South WhatsApp group, I don't know what you're doing, where you've been. If you DM us on Instagram, your phone number, we'll add you to the WhatsApp group, Anfield_South1, and on Twitter, we're at South Anfield. So if you DM us your number, we'll add you to the group. But in the group, someone did mention Sturridge's shot from a million yards out. But
From the
I said,
wilderness.
we were 3-1 up. I actually don't mind that, because as we've discussed before on the podcast, who can shoot from outside? Who shoots from outside the box?
No, I hear that, but when it's something you're doing every time you come on, and it's going nowhere,
And there's no
every
success
time.
to it.
There's a pattern emerging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Give
no
it up,
Isaac
innit?
success.
There's no Isaac success. That's quality.
I already said at the beginning of the season, I said, you know what, no matter what happens, I'm backing the boys fully 100%. Even if that means Old Yeller scoring a banger from time to time. But of the last couple of games, when he's come on, I see him have got that look in his eye. No expectations, no disappointments, man, because I know he ain't going to lead to nothing.
Okay, well, let's not make it about Sturridge, because obviously, you know, he did come on, get a little cameo and do that, but he also assisted. Yeah, so, you know
Every
what?
dog has its day.
I'm not gonna can't take that away from him, but let's speak about the game today, because obviously we went 1-0 down from a dodgy corner kick. I think everyone could see it was a foul on the keeper.
But let's talk about how they got the corner. Did you see how they got the corner?
Massive, yeah.
Bro. I said to you just a moment ago, the game. I think the game was too early for him, because what he did, I was like, bro, like, what are you doing? Like, the ball came over and he just headed it. He didn't know where it was. He just headed it off. So I'll take a corner and we'll try and defend
But
it.
don't you think that was the nervousness again showing through? Because so I missed a portion of the first half before I got in, and I watched the rest of the game. But I don't know, there was just, especially with Matip as well today.
He did look a bit nervy, innit?
You know, it wasn't. I don't know. It just disorganized.
I'd say he's disorganized. I wouldn't say the nerves. Like, I didn't feel today the nerves that we've had in previous home games.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It wasn't there today.
Yeah, it wasn't to that level.
It wasn't like real tense. Like, but I think it was just disorganized.
Yeah.
I don't think he was quite mentally ready. Maybe too early for him.
Well, the kickoff time was a bit weird. I mean,
Yeah, come to
Sunday,
think
12
of it.
o'clock. It was a bit of a weird kickoff. And I want to touch on Klopp said after the Everton game, he said, you know, the wind and everything made it. Hold on, let me finish, JR. I know you didn't like that comment. He said the wind and everything made it difficult to play football. And again today, the elements were a factor with the football today. I mean, the wind was howling around. I think we had all 4 seasons in that one match. I saw sleet, I saw rain, I saw sunshine, wind. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, I think that played a part today as well with what was happening with some of the clearances and the balls and stuff like that. But as well, we gave Klopp stick for those comments, but they're actually true. Like, it's actually a factor in the game. Like,
Seriously, Slim, it is true, but don't say it. Like, innit?
Exactly.
Just keep your mouth shut. Like, innit? Like,
Exactly.
because by making that comment, like, I mean, like,
Exactly.
moment funny, Slim. How pathetic does that look? That
Yeah.
you're blaming the wind for a draw or a loss, even. You know what I mean? We didn't
Like-
lose, but
I don't think he was blaming it for the draw or the loss. I think he was just saying it was a factor in the result
But
of
you
the
don't
game.
say it like Shawn said. You don't say it like, because instantly it felt like deflection.
Straight
Like,
deflection.
You know what I mean?
Straight
Whereas
deflection.
today it was evident. It was so evident. So no one had to say anything, because when you saw, there was one when Salah was chasing it down the wing and the ball blew backwards.
That was crazy.
That's mad.
That
And you're
was
like,
crazy.
oh, okay, the wind, didn't it? Yeah, boom. You didn't have to. No one had to say anything.
So as Klopp said, it's okay for the media and everyone to say it, but if he says it, it's a problem.
Yeah, sorry.
to me, it is.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Go on.
I'm just not having that comment. When I heard that, on top of that, the subs he did, it just made the man look like he didn't know what he was doing. Like, are you all right today, bro? Like, have you dropped on the floor and hit your head? Like, what is going on?
That's just piling more pressure on him as well. Like, and especially once we're in this title run, by making those comments, you're thinking, well, hold a minute, are you starting to break? The minute now's going to start, obviously getting onto him, saying that, you know, are we bottle jobs, all that kind of stuff. So.
Fair enough. But there were a lot of good points from today's game, and I think we need to speak about Sadio Mane. How good has he been, especially in this period where we've had a dip in form? I'd say as a team,
massively.
Definitely.
Someone tell me, how good has he been?
He's really stepped up. He is really stepped up. This is, I think, his most prolific season for scoring. All his stats have gone up. Literally, I saw that thing Sam put up. I saw it on Instagram before, and he's literally everything's gone up, and he's scoring more, and he's just really stepped up at a point when we needed, when like Salah is not, he's a bit off form. You know, he's not taking the chances like he usually. Firmino got injured with the ankle injury. He's come back in, scored again today.
2
but
weeks.
yeah.
I was right.
2 weeks. Yeah. Okay, I'll give you that one. In the Anfield South WhatsApp group, I don't want to. Do you know what? Dom Campbell made a good point. Well, he raised an interesting point, shall I say? He said Mane is the better all-round player than Salah, but he's less appreciated by our fan base. Do you think that's true?
I don't know whether. Well, for me, I don't know where the less appreciation comes from, because I know how integral all three of them are together to play together. So I don't devalue Mane over Salah. It's just that.
But
Salah's
that's you personally. As a fan base.
I don't see it as a fan base either.
I think what it is, because of last season, Salah had such a great season. He's now been lauded as such, obviously, like a top player. And again, he's a top player. But I think Mane, come to big games, always steps up. He's always there to be counted on. He's a kind of man that he could go a game like playing 3 games straight, he's playing terrible. You know what I mean? Missing open chances, all that kind of stuff. Next game, he'll have a brace. He's a guy to me that I think that you could always count on. I think Ryan said in a group, I think he said that no matter how bad he's playing, you never take him off.
Yeah.
Because you know what he can do. And I think that again, come to big games. I mean, even last season, the Champions League final, I know we obviously lost, but again, who stepped up?
He stepped up.
You know what I mean? So
yeah.
He's turning into a rich man's Dirk Kuyt, shall we say?
But his first season when Mane come, he just brought a different dimension to our attacking play.
Yeah.
He was like, wow, we've been missing this for years. Someone that, you know, has got this guile, the speed, both feet can go either way. You know, Coutinho's actually got somebody he can pass the ball to.
Yeah.
And then obviously he did his knee ligaments and he was out for the rest of the season. And then Salah came in last year, had like an unbelievable season. I don't think he's ever going to ever have a season like that again. And then Salah's obviously dipping form this year. Mane's actually stepped up. Misses a lot of chances like Salah did even though Salah scored 40 odd goals last year.
I remember I said it at the beginning of the last season. I was saying like this guy, he's missing so many things, but you saw what happened.
Exactly. So I would say in terms of the fan base, when something just popped in my head when you said like Salah's more appreciated, I would just say like I think if you talk about I'm talking about now like shirt sales, right? I would say Salah's shirt sales are probably more than Mane's shirt sales.
Yeah.
So I do think a lot of like the kids was to see Salah's had that one season, scores all the goals, Salah. I think there's a tint of it too that I would say a majority would
say Salah over
say
Mane.
Salah over Mane, yeah.
There's also the thing was, how often do you hear Mane's name sung from the cop during a game?
I heard it a few times today, but to touch on what you're saying, I did see it as well in a game where Mane scored, yet the fans were singing about Salah.
See?
And straight on I thought, okay, were you doing that to try and back him? Or why randomly would you just do that? It didn't make sense, but obviously everyone's just more concerned about the scoreline. But yeah, it's a hard one to work out. I can't work that one out.
Do you think that there's been times this season where Salah could have passed it and Mane could have passed it to each other and they haven't done it?
Oh yeah, definitely. Even with Mane's second goal today,
yeah,
he could have just let off the side he gets his goal, but maybe strikers.
I mentioned this in the group the other day. I don't know what it is about the two. Even though the front three is an integral group together, them two, and there has been opportunities where they've scored and assisted each other. But I don't know. Them two as a unit are not. I don't know.
It's not as cohesive as you'd want it to be, or you might think it is. Maybe there is a little something between them. Maybe there is.
Remember, they're both from Africa. They want that number one spot in Africa.
Do you know, that's not even. It's funny. It's not even a joke. That could be the actual truth. That could
who
be
won
the
it
truth.
before Salah won it? Was Mane.
The year before.
Did he? I don't know. You're asking a lot. Without Google, you're asking a lot.
I'm just saying.
Do you know what I mean?
Maybe our listeners could help us out with that. You know?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. There you go.
Well, I was going to say, wasn't this very similar to when Suarez and Sturridge were burning it up that infamous season?
That's true.
In some ways, yeah.
No, in some way, I see where you're going with that, because the competition between them was quite. It wasn't.
Yeah,
it was like
a front three as well with Sterling.
Yeah, it was quite fierce. Like Sturridge was like, anything you can do, I can do better. So it was like.
But they would pass it though. If someone was in a better position, they would definitely pass it.
With them three,
unless there was on a hat trick. Suarez was like, I remember against Cardiff away, and there was both runners. Sterling was like, "Give me the ball, give me the ball, give me the ball." And then Suarez was just, and then he put it in for a hat trick. And Sterling was pissed. Like he walked back to the halfway line.
Funny point you bring up, because as much as like we have our front three now, there was definitely more cohesion between the previous lot.
SAS.
Definitely more. It was just fluid. It was just, you know what I mean?
So what front three would you prefer? The current or the past?
Well, I have to go with what we got. Can't dream about what we had.
I disagree with you. I'd go with Sterling, Suarez, and Sturridge, because they were a lot more potent. Yeah, they had that killer instinct, man. They'd finish off any chance. And that you said, the cohesion was a lot better. There was a lot more harmony between them.
So if you had to pick a three out of the six, who would the three be?
It'd be Suarez.
As what? As the 9?
Suarez, Mane and Sterling. That's me. That front three there would just kill it. That would just absolutely kill it. Because if you look at it, in my opinion, Suarez is a better Firmino. Yeah, he's got a better shot. Yeah, he can actually see a pass as well, but he can also dribble and take.
Just a bit sharper, isn't it?
Quick question. So, which Sterling?
Oh, this. That's tough, because when he was with us, he was decent, but I have to take my hat off. He's gone up a level with Pep.
But I think if he stayed with Klopp, he could have replicated something similar to what he's at now. Because
I believe so. Yeah, I believe so.
But what he is now, like his intelligence off the ball is very good right now.
But would he have been as good? Because he would have had to sit through everything in between. Like, do you know what I mean?
No one will know.
Yeah,
you never know, innit?
We'll never know. Anyway, let's not reminisce about that. Let's bring it back to today's game, though. Question, JR: how significant was today's result given City's run of form lately?
We just got to stay in the coattails. I remember Gary Neville said earlier in the season, Liverpool's just got to stay 1-2 points behind City, just stay on the coattails and hope for a slip up. And now we've become the chasers again. Same rule applies. So you just got to win every game. I don't care what the performance is like, as long as you score more than the other team right now. There's 8 games to go. It's all about results, not performances right now for me. So just keep winning, and we'll see what happens out of our hands.
Today, did you see a bit of shades of the old Liverpool, like with the scoreline? Like, obviously before today's game, we were keeping it quite tight, winning games 1-0, 2-0, etc., etc. But with the 4-2 again, did it feel like shades of last season?
Yeah, it was a bit like the Palace game from December. But today, like, I didn't feel, when it went 1-0, I was like, cool, we're gonna come back. I never thought that we wouldn't come back. I knew that we was gonna come back. I didn't feel mad nervous. There was no anxiety today. I was just sitting back like, the goals will come, and I felt comfortable. Apart from when they scored the second goal, like injury time, and then they was on us. I was like, not now. But I felt quite comfortable today, to be fair.
Okay. Since I want to ask you a question, Shawn, about Salah.
Yeah.
He seems lately to be struggling, to impact games the way he used to last season. What do you think's changed for him?
I think possibly it could be because of last season. Obviously, the goals that he was scoring, he's probably trying to replicate the season they had, obviously last season. So obviously that could be a factor, I think, as well. Perhaps, is he fit? For example, do you think that he's fully fit? I mean, he's played a lot of games.
A lot of football.
You know what I mean? That could also be taken. That could be taking a toll. That could be taking a toll on him. So I just think that's it really. I don't really have like a proper answer in all honesty to say, but I think it's because of obviously perhaps the pressures getting to him last season. He's probably thinking, all right, I scored what 40 plus goals.
Yeah. So do you think he puts a lot of personal pressure on himself as well?
I've got my theory reason why he's I think he's getting doubled up. When he's attacking now, he's getting doubled up.
Definitely.
So he ain't getting that space that he had. Like today, he was getting doubled up all the time, and that could actually be giving Mane more space for him getting doubled up. So I think that's where he's not getting the freedom of movement that he had. And when he's getting chances now, he's snatching. He hasn't got a picture in his head.
That's what I was just about to say. It's the frustration.
Yeah, he's frustrated. Everton went through. He's taking an extra touch. Because he hasn't got that confidence going through on goal. So I think he's definitely frustrated. He hasn't got his fluency, but that's then translating, in my opinion, to Mane, having more opportunities and more space potentially.
Do you think was that that milestone he's trying to hit? What is it? His 50th league goal, something like that. He's trying to hit. Could that be a factor as well? Because he's been stuck on 49 for a while.
Still stuck on 49.
Yeah.
Do you think that could be holding him back, Waz?
I don't know, to be honest. I mean, he's making opportunities. He's getting into spaces. It's just the finishing. So the hard part is near enough done. It's just the end product. No, and us now, he'll probably score a hat-trick next week or that full. The thing is, the way I see it, the team is still doing well. And if he's being doubled up and we're still winning games and everyone else is playing their part, that's fine. But we know sooner or later he will turn it on again.
Also, another thing as well, like last season, for example, even though we got to the Champions League final, also we finishing the top four, also last season in the league. Last season, a lot of it was about Salah, about also his goal scoring exploits and all that kind of stuff. I think the season now he probably realizes that it's not all about me. I don't know. Do you think he's got a bit of an ego? Do you think like slightly? I don't know. It's just
we've discussed it before in the group, and everybody's got an ego. Everybody that wants to do well for themselves, especially football players. Everybody's got an ego, and he said it last season. He wants to win. He wanted the golden boot and everything like that. So that's probably playing on his mind as well, which is causing him to try a bit too hard, if you like. So yeah, he's definitely got an ego. He never really shows it. He comes across as humble, but egos come out in different ways, and I feel his comes out on the football pitch.
Definitely.
So yeah. I'd like to see him back amongst the goals, but I think now, as you lot said, if it means he's being doubled up on and it's going to give space to other players, as long as other players are stepping up and being clinical, I'm happy with that.
I think Mane will probably actually score more goals in the league than him this year. He's like one or two or three behind actually.
I think there's only two behind.
Yeah, I think actually Mane will score more goals than him in the league this year.
Wow, it's here. It's going to be on the internet forever. So if you're right, you're right.
You know I said this right. We've got 8 games to go. Yeah, JR said Mane more than Salah. Put bets in now. Good odds.
Okay. So let's turn to another piece of good news: the return of Oxlade-Chamberlain. He played for the under 23s. He was going to play 45 minutes, but played 41. I think. How good would it be to see him before the end of the season? I mean, we've said it on here before, but I just have to keep reiterating it because
it'd be great, but at the same time, we've got to be realistic. We can't expect him to perform how he did, obviously, last season. It'd be a big lift, obviously, for in the squad force, like morale, all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, we can't put too much expectations on him. It's just come across a nasty injury. We can't expect him to perform how he did last season. But again, obviously, he's one of our key players last season. If he can contribute anything to us,
because it's just another attacking option in midfield that we don't have. I just think it's what we've been missing most of the season.
I think I previously said about Oxlade, drip feed him in 15 minutes here, 20 minutes there. I had a thought like. You said he played that reserve game the other day and got injured. I was like, you know what?
Well, let's not say it's an injury. I don't think it's an injury.
He felt a bit of tightness. Yeah. You're going to get tightness when you come back from injuries and stuff like that. So I think we might as well just leave him till next season.
Do you think?
I think so, because Lallana's performance today has changed my mind, because he gave us something different in midfield today that I think we have actually missed
The tempo, right?
the tempo and the pressing. Like Lallana was the press guy from midfield before he got
He's
injured.
always been Klopp's press
Always,
guy, though,
and I
hasn't
saw
he?
it today. Like certain just. There was a lot more than quick turns today. Like just nice touches, going forward in good areas, good composure. I was like, Lallana actually changed my mind today. So I don't think we should rush Ox back. I think Lallana could get a chance in that free how it was today.
A fully fit Lallana probably gets into a first 11 this season, fully fit and firing.
I'll be honest, all good to him. Like you said, there was a lot more today than he usually does.
Definitely.
Quote term. But yes, all good to him. I hope he continues this for the end of the season.
But we just don't want to see when we come to play Tottenham and Chelsea at home the same midfield three where you know what type of game it's going to be. Zero creativity.
Yeah.
And Lallana, Keita, and Shaqiri on the bench.
Yeah.
We need to be going for teams now.
It's amazing how when we talk about a midfield player, we always come back to the midfield selection. It always comes back to it. It's just
It's you know why? Because it's our biggest thorn in the side at the moment. Because it's what's stifling our attacking threat at the moment. We're very dependent on our fullbacks bombing forward, and in some ways that's kind of hiding the problem with midfield as well. Because they're getting forward and supplying so many assists, we're kind of forgetting that our midfield have only scored 5 goals?
Six players.
Six players.
A couple of penalties in there as well.
You know what I mean? So our defenders have created and scored more assists and goals than them.
it's crazy.
You know,
In a title chasing season, your midfield
Yeah,
isn't contributing.
And that's the thing. Like with City, I'm sorry to keep going back to them, but their midfield would contribute one striker's like 25, 30 goals between the three or six midfielders they've got.
I'm just thinking about them now. Bernardo Silva, how many goals is he?
He's going to get 5 to 10. David Silva's going to get 5 to 10. You know what I'm saying?
Even guys like Mahrez, for example.
Yeah, he's number 5 to 10.
Yeah.
De Bruyne, when he's fit, 5 to 10.
I think Klopp probably thought that, obviously buying Keita, he thought he'd be the guy like him to obviously unlock the defenses, get goals and assists, but hasn't got up from this season, has it?
No.
So,
But again, Naby's going to need time, isn't he?
Oh, no, of course.
Yeah. He's
He's
going to
on the
need the
verge of
time.
something, though.
But the thing is, it's crazy because we're saying he needs time, and while we're happy to give him time, we kind of need him
Don't have
now.
the time,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
Of
we
course.
need him
Play
now.
him into form, man.
Well, this is why I asked a question about Oxlade-Chamberlain, and I ask about bringing him back in because, we need something.
But we're not
Yeah, I
going
heard
to.
that.
It's not going to be the Oxlade
I take your
Chamberlain.
point.
It's
I
gonna
fully take your
time.
point. It's better to, like you said, it's better to rest him
think
and have
so.
him
Yeah.
fully fit and firing for the
always
start of
said-
next season. I get that. I would like
season.
to see him personally from a selfish point of view, that thinking that he can bring something to the table. But if I take my head out of my heart, yeah.
I would rather him be fit for pre-season and start it there. Yeah,
I think a lot of fans are going to think that he was the player that left when he was injured.
Yeah,
You're going to come
like
back.
literally saying,
This
guys,
is not pro Evo
no
when
way.
like man's on a red arrow going up. He's not going to be a red arrow. He's going to be on a grey arrow going down. He's got to work his way in.
We don't know the physical condition and the mental condition as well.
Mental, yeah, exactly.
Because we don't know how he's going to react in terms of going in for a challenge,
Yeah.
etc., etc. Because he did a very serious injury, all
Yeah.
3 ligaments.
Mad.
You know what I mean? That's a very serious injury in your knee. So yes, he's come back early. Great.
Okay, so saying give Oxlade a rest, how important is rotation as we enter the business end? Last, 8 games now? Is it 8 now? Yeah?
Yeah, 8 games left.
Who's for rotation? JR's shaking his head.
No rotation. I've touched on it earlier. No rotation. Like literally, the back 5 stay as it is, the front 3 stay as it is. Just the middle 3. If we're playing a 3, just tinker with that. That's the only unit that can touch anything. Everyone else, you got to play.
Waz, you here for rotation?
Sleeping for.
It's hard because I'm just thinking about the game on Wednesday because we know the workman midfield is going to return. Sorry, but we know they are going to return.
Hard
I'm
hats
thinking
on,
past that. I'm thinking Sunday now. against Fulham.
Man said hard hats on your back.
Tough watch. That's gonna be.
Yeah, it's true. I'm just thinking about Sunday at Fulham because I've just got a vision in my head that Ryan Babel's going to turn up, and I can't have that. But a game like that, you need your strongest players. You need your fittest players. You need someone like Shaqiri who's going to run at somebody. not someone like Milner who's probably going to take 2 passes and just pass it down the line.
So you'd rotate.
Yeah, you have to. You need everyone fresh, and if we get through Wednesday, that's another couple more games. So that's
Where would you rotate?
Midfield has to be.
It has to be. Yeah,
Has to
that's
be.
the only.
Yeah.
Just in the midfield,
Yeah.
you'd rotate. What about yourself, Shawn?
Same thing, man. Listen, and they like that back five. Also, you got Fabinho said playing as a DM. Keep how it is.
Two
You know what I mean?
spaces.
You can clearly see how important the fullbacks are. Like Trent and obviously Robert going forward, putting the balls in. Van Dijk obviously goes without saying. But yeah, just the midfield. If you can get some, we all know Fabinho's been a obviously excellent signing. If you can just get something from like the likes of Keita and Wijnaldum, Henderson, you know what I mean? Like 8 games to go, just go out there, just play. No, serious.
Shawn is wishing some goals.
You sound like company substitutions, man. Let me put. I wish he does something.
Listen, you know what I mean? Just get.
So you're saying there's two spaces basically that can change in the team.
For
Yeah.
me, it's
Actually,
definitely
I have
2
a
spaces.
question.
2 spaces.
To throw back. Matip.
Joel.
Mr. Hands.
Yeah, bro.
We know what he can be like. Are you telling me you're going to be comfortable with him over Lovren?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
to be fair, since he's come in, he's played
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
He's
He
played
has.
well. So don't. If
What-
ain't broke, don't fix it.
What game was it when he did that run? It was the assist for Salah,
Everton.
the Salah chance.
Yeah.
My man
Everton.
bypassed the midfield.
Yeah.
But
Come
he's
from
doing what
defence.
midfielders should be doing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So-
So
What would you say our best chance of winning silver is? Champions League, or obviously the Prem?
I'll say the Prem.
What's your percentage on that?
I'm still 49.
You sat in the wrong seat, Waz. JR loves to put man on the spot and make man commit to something, and then if you're wrong, he's gonna get
I'll
you.
put my hand on
Archives, innit?
No,
Archives.
yeah, exactly.
Hey, look, I'm
I'll
here
say
weak.
one thing. I believe the Champions League is looking favourable for English team to win it.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely,
Definitely.
100%.
It's very open. It's
PSG
very
are out,
open.
Real Madrid are out,
Yeah.
but Barca like going about their business quite quietly and effectively.
Juventus, they're on the verge, but they
I
might
think
come
they
down.
are.
The
Oh,
big,
they're
the,
out.
You think so?
Yeah.
They
2-0 down, innit?
They did 3-0 down.
2-0 down.
2-0
2-0 down. Yeah,
Yeah,
against
but still,
Atletico.
yeah.
Them demon defenders.
Yeah.
They are demons. Like
Yeah.
they're the worst team to try and
They're
get something.
embodiment of a Simone.
Proper.
So,
Yeah.
And they can nick a goal down the other end. If they, it's that one's done for me, man.
Yeah, it's done.
That's
as well.
done. So I think Barcelona and Atletico are
The teams to watch out for.
I think,
Yeah.
Okay.
And you've got to watch out for Ajax. You've got to, after the 2 performances against Real, you've got to. You
No,
can't
yeah,
take
you
them
can't.
easily.
Yeah, you can't
take
discount them
easily
because that was
I watched this-
Dusan Tadic, mate. Oh,
12
mate.
mil, you know.
Mate.
I think it was 12 million.
Mate.
I don't,
Mate,
I don't
I'd-
understand that one, to be honest. What happened there? What's that? Why
Do you
is
know
that
what happened? He stopped playing pool with his kids and started playing pool with grown-ups. He upped his game. Simple. His real. Let's have it right. If you play a game against your kids, you know you don't really.
Yeah.
But then if your boy turns up, you're playing FIFA and you're playing with your son. Yeah, you might even beat him, but the performance is. Your boy turns up, mate. Your hat's off.
A game.
You get me? You're sweating. Yeah, it's simple, bro.
I'll tell you one person.
Simple.
2 people from Ajax. De Lint, the
Yeah.
centre back,
Yeah.
and the Brazilian forward.
Is it
Like-
Jerez?
I don't know his actual name, but him, like, he ran Real Madrid ragged.
What served Real Madrid right anyway? Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
the ball has been coming for years, and I'm loving every second of it.
Yeah, we don't care what happens to Madrid. Do you know what I mean? Let's
chance.
see them go down the drain. So, yeah, I've lost my train of thought now. Talking about the Champions League. Well, seeing as we're talking about the Champions League, we've got that coming on Wednesday. 0-0. We've got to go out to Germany. Anyone want to give me a score prediction for that?
Why?
2-1.
What way?
2-1 to.
2-1 Liverpool.
Who do you think, JL? Oh, you go. Told you guys, man. That's the wrong seat.
Oh God.
I'll take you off the spot. I'm going to go 2-1 Bayern. I see Bayern
Yeah.
Bayern
That's
winning,
my
but
fault
the
as
away
well.
goal thing is going to help us out. I don't see us winning in the Allianz.
We haven't.
I see what you're saying, but we are due a big away performance.
When's the last time we played someone big and actually played well and got a result?
Away from home as well.
Away from home, yeah.
So the stats aren't in our favour. Do you know what I mean? And I think Bayern Munich were like what was it? Half time they were ridiculous scoreline up at the
They
weekend.
slapped someone like 6-1.
6-1,
innit?
6-1.
weekend, innit?
Yeah.
6-0, yeah?
Yeah.
6-1,
So
yeah.
their tails are well and truly up. So.
Yeah, and they've recaptured the lead
Yeah, of the league. Yeah, they were
You're
mad
joking,
points
haven't
behind
Yeah,
Dortmund.
yeah,
Yeah, they were mad points behind Dortmund now. Yeah,
They've choked.
yeah.
yeah.
Well, people could say that about us, so I'm not even gonna entertain
Squeaky.
that choking talk. Yeah, I mean, okay then, boys. So final 8 games coming up. Can we hold our nerve?
Listen, it's just got to be a game by game performance. Win our games and just take it as it comes, one game at a time.
Yeah.
Get the 3 points. That's anything else is outside of our hands. Just do what we can do. Get our 3 points.
There's a lot of games. I think the Fulham game's the last game that we actually played before City.
Yeah.
To the end of the season. So I think Fulham. If we can't get 3 points against Fulham, we might as well pack our bags.
It's away, right? That's away.
That's like pack our bags and call
if
it a
we
day.
don't score 3 goals past them,
Mate,
because I've watched them quite a lot this season, and I've had to turn off because they're that bad.
it's so bad, isn't it?
Yeah.
When you watch some other teams apart from ours, like, I'm not trying to sound bossy about Liverpool, but there's certain teams. Like, I was watching Chelsea today. Oh, he's not in here. But
Big
I
up
said,
Dan, yeah.
these teams are not on our level. They're not on our levels. Like they're actually. And like the league table actually is reflecting like we've actually stepped up our level. Yeah, I haven't actually realised it till I was watching other teams. And I'm like, wow, our level's gone up. So when I like you saying watching Fulham, and but Fulham do start well.
That's the thing.
They
It's
do start well in
literally-
their
and
games.
they just deteriorate so fast.
Yeah.
A goal goes in and it's just like boom. That's
Yeah,
it.
they do. So yeah, if we don't beat Fulham, mate,
I think they must consider on average like 2 goals per game.
At least.
I reckon it might even be
at least.
3 goals a
Yeah, I
game. It
think
might be more than that.
it might be at least of 2.5.
But that thing of them starting well is true, because when they played United, like I watched that game and I was like, wow, Fulham they look all right here.
Yeah.
And then United get a goal, and then it's like
falls apart.
Yeah,
Tottenham
exactly.
the Tottenham game just started well, scored a goal, and then Tottenham just overran them, and then just pressure, and it just paid off. Like they're poor.
They can't defend.
If we can't
They
beat a team
cannot
that's managed
defend.
by Scott Parker, yeah, that just sums it up. I'm sorry. That just sums it up.
no, but I think you're right. That game is important, because that's, like I said, well, kind of contradicts what I said though. We're gonna then turn into leaders. And a lot of people in the group have been saying it's going to put pressure back on City, but would that put pressure back on us because we're
I'll
leading
be
again?
Totally honest, I don't think we're equipped to chase, and I don't think, or as we've shown, we can't lead because we've been 7 points ahead and fell behind. So like I said, we just literally got to take it game by game. Forget
But
about.
do you ever look? Do you look out? Have you looked at the remaining fixtures though,
of
and
course it is.
pinpoint
At this
I've seen
point
it.
of
Yeah.
the season,
Yeah.
isn't it hard not to?
it is hard not to,
Especially given the fact we've gone a point behind. Isn't it not hard to not look at what's coming
yeah,
up?
I
There's
think. Yeah, go on.
There's a key period. I think it's when City have got. Is it Man United?
They got like 4 games, I think.
There's
Like
a
Palace
period
away.
there where that's what, if anything's going to happen, it's going to be then.
But-
Really and truthfully.
Yeah, you got to look at, because they're tough games. That run of 4, they've got some teams lower down the bottom. I think they've got like maybe like a Cardiff or someone like that soon. But we've got Spurs coming up as well.
Yeah.
That's a big test, because if we drop, I don't want to drop points there, and then City drop points. It's gonna, you're gonna feel like just you're gonna be kicking yourself.
Really
Do you want to know City's running? I've just got it here.
Okay, go on.
So they just had Watford. They've got Fulham, Cardiff, Palace. I think this is the Palace, Spurs, Man United. I think that's the
it,
three
Spurs, Man United.
people are
Who's
earmarking.
after that one?
Then
The
they've
Man
got
United.
Burnley, Leicester, and Brighton.
Leicester.
No.
You're saying that because Brendan Rodgers is there. You're hoping for a favour.
You got
You better do
at that
something.
time. I hope we're ahead of them, but I think we missed a trick today in terms of goal difference. I think we need to be going, because
Yeah.
we're like 6 behind at the moment.
7.
Seven, yeah. So yeah, we've got to keep going, because at the moment we're
Definitely.
matching the goals every game that
Yeah.
Man City are scoring, but we've got to literally be going ham. Like we need like 4 or 5s, like the Watfords. We need Watfords every home game.
How gutting would it be if it comes down to goal difference?
Nah, man, I can't have that.
Podcast finished.
That would destroy me still, I ain't even gonna lie, bro.
That would be a killer.
Serious.
That'd be.
But yeah,
Then you'll go thinking about all the chances we missed. Oh, why didn't you pass it?
That's like the universe being spiteful on us. You know what I mean? Like,
But I think it's only 7 goals. When we was here previously in 13, 14, it was like 10 or 11 or 12, something like that. So that's why it was a bit far fetched. But 7 goals is doable. So yeah, I think we slightly missed the trick today. We should have got
a few more goals in. I do feel like today we started, even at 2-1, we started to play around a little bit and act like, okay, we've got the 3 points. We've got the 3 points. Let's just keep the ball and take control of the game. But I think you're right though, JR. I think we need to be thinking about goal difference and putting these teams to the sword.
Allison,
Allison?
He needs to stop it.
You're like, kick, go, kick, he's getting closer.
I would have thought from Leicester earlier in the season where he made that bad error, you would have thought, you know what, you've learnt your lesson.
But you can see
but
he's
you're
not
still
going
playing
to.
around.
He's not going to.
Like Paul says, he's got a guitar on his back.
Yeah, he's proper chilled, isn't it? He's proper chilled. And with the win today as well, I wasn't comfortable with them keep playing it back as well. I was a bit like, all it takes is that one blow and it goes under your foot. Yeah, I was like, I wasn't comfortable, but yeah, we came out the other side. Okay then, boys. Well, you know what? Before we go, I'd just like to mention one more time, guys, if you DM us on Instagram or on Twitter, you can become part of the Anfield South WhatsApp group, which has got a good few members now, and it's chugging along nicely. Lots of chat going on in there and good stuff and different opinions. It's actually quite a nice place to be, you know what I mean, just to hear the views of what people think. So if you want to join that, get us on Twitter at South Anfield or on Instagram at Anfield_South1. Jesus, it's a mouthful. Just DM us your phone number and we'll add you to that. And boys, all that's really left to do is just to say bye to the people. This has been a wrap. I've been your boy Slim, your host with the most as always. Today with us we've had Greg. Yeah, easy. Silent goodbye. Silent goodbye. What about our iTunes and Spotify listeners, man? They can't see you, bro.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean? Get in the group. Get involved. You'll hear me there, I'm there.
That's true. We've had Shawn.
Yes, people, thanks for listening.
It's JR.
It's been amazing. Follow and subscribe to the page, guys. All right, make sure it's a good look. Get on it.
And we've had Waz with us.
Thank you for having me. Get involved. We shall see you soon.
Until the next time, people.
Oh my word, that's unbelievable, it really is. I think they should stick to playing football. Terrible. What do you think, Kenny? Oh yeah.